Hi everyone. This is um a review of a Scarlett Pimpernel. And we'll talk a little bit about what's happening with my comics later on. But for now, on to the book review. Don't have the cover today. Didn't ask for it. Well, you'll see why in a minute. But um yeah, I'm back after doing that a couple opinion videos on the on the um TV show universe. You know, the Walmart book universe as well. It was very hard to put together, and I did. You got to see a little bit of Mom in both, which I hope you enjoyed. I hope you, my friends that subscribe, enjoyed. I have a few in mind, but I know there are people that really enjoy seeing Mom. It makes them happy.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know if you heard that, but seriously, Mom, I've been told that they enjoy seeing
Thank you.
Mom.
All right, I'm going to listen to your review, okay?
Anyway, yeah, lay down, Mom. Scarlett Pimpernel. I got the I got interested in this because of um because of the show Comic Book Men with Kevin Smith. And while I'm at it, no, I'm not going to do a review of He-Man. No, too much drama. It's too hot for me right now. Maybe after the plate cools down a little bit. But yeah, I got interested in the Scarlet Pimpernel because of Comic Book Men. They had Stan Lee on Comic Book Men, and if I remember right, he said if they asked him if he had the opportunity to write any fictional character that wasn't a superhero, who would it be? And he said something to the effect of Scarlet Pimpernel because he was also quite clever and he was like the first superhero. And I remember it got me scratching my head. It's interesting. I found it interesting once I read it because it was written by a woman. Yes, it's public domain, and I highly suspect that because it was written by a woman, it's public domain now. Because, like, few of the men, I don't know, Burroughs is in public domain, and it just feels like it shouldn't be, but it is. And thank goodness we haven't gotten Scarlet Pimpernel and zombies. because the characters couldn't stand up to that. Percy Blakeney is kind of like Batman if you turned him into Zorro. If you said we need to fuse we need to fuse Zorro and Batman, you'd get Sir Percy Blakeney, which I always say to my friends that um the Great Gatsby is just Batman without powers. Well, Percy Blakeney is like if you gave him a little bit of like the intelligence, but you gave him a sword, and that's all he had to work with. Um, in one of the other books that I have to review, um, the one of the Sherlock Holmes is by Nicholas Meyer. They went to go see the Scarlett Pimpernel right around the characters in that went to go see that play right around the time I was reading this. So that was fun. You know, it's like, hey, I just finished reading that. Um, I don't remember them throwing pepper into the villain's face, but I guess they might have. I don't know. But what I did like is the in the audiobook the the narrator like enunciated well and actually managed to differentiate the characters. And you spend most of the time with the with um the woman main character because Percy you only get to see for like half the book, but it was interesting to see that this lady I guess she she ends up married to Percy at some point. So Lady Blakeney, um, she or Margaret, I think her name was. She wasn't like Jane, which I always find refreshing. I don't know how to say that any plainer. You'll remember that from one of my other reviews. Jane from Tarzan was, oh, tie me to the railroad tracks. No, this lady actually had some agency. She had the main character was a woman. It wasn't just because, like I said, Percy you spend like half the book with, but it's because she has to save him from what she did. And keep in mind, this was written back in like a long time ago. Like I said, it's public domain now. Yeah, it was a good book. It really was. I read the second one. Um, I know Stan Lee's word didn't carry a lot of weight when he was alive, but Stan knew how to pick books. If this is any indication, I mean, what I think of him put aside here for a second, but he knew how to what a hero should look like because the Scarlet Pimpernel was a hero for his time and for society at large, I guess, would be what I have to say. Um, it's a shame that it didn't get the popularity that I think it rightly deserves. I'll be honest with you. Because if it did, there'd be like little Scarlet Pimpernel buttons and mugs and all that other stuff that Batman has. Um, I know y'all were must be kinda worried about me. I mean, being that, being that I haven't done a video in a long time. Well, I've actually still been reading books, but I forgot to do a video on a big ass pile of them. And don't know if you can see, but all of this, I will be doing videos on Milestone Returns, The Flash, Static Shock, Rorschach, and Spawn Return. I mean, Spawn Returns. Spawn Universe came out recently, and I will be catching up on that. You will definitely know all my thoughts on Spawn as is so far in the next coming months, years, however long it takes me to get through it. But I did read them. I will reread them just for you because if this is any indication, waiting a month to do a video on a good book like The Scarlet Pimpernel, it it you just it it mushes together, and I mean, you shouldn't do that. Do the video as soon as possible. That is my advice to you. Um, And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff I generally don't like saying because I feel people should be smarter than that. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So you do what you gotta do. I'll do what I gotta do. And until then, bye bye.